If your organization runs Dynamics 365 but manages marketing separately, here's what changes when real-time marketing, part of the Customer Insights Journeys module, is added. This provides responsive marketing that gives teams better ability to reach people in real time when actions and events occur. It also connects teams. This includes bringing sales and marketing together, but it also extends across service, operational, and other teams using their data to trigger communications. By providing clearer visibility, real-time marketing enables anyone to see how people interact across channels. Let's start with unified data, which is the foundation for all of the above. Here's a common setup when a marketing automation platform runs separately from an organization's CRM system. This usually involves a connector to sync data, but spreadsheets might also be needed to bridge gaps. The process works, but it can add complexity when building lists because not all data is available in the same place. If that sounds familiar, you probably recognize spending time manually updating audience lists. When data isn't centralized, it's harder to respond to customer actions in real time, so messages tend to be scheduled rather than being sent in response to actions, which makes some feel less relevant. By contrast, Customer Insights Journeys provides real-time marketing automation that's built into Dynamics 365. It's designed specifically for the Microsoft platform, so it doesn't rely on any third-party technology. The key difference is that your marketing data is stored in Dataverse. Things like email opens and clicks are alongside CRM contacts, accounts, and other tables, as well as transactional data from other Dynamics modules. Through segments, unified data makes it easier and quicker to create targeted audiences. Segments are groups of people defined by shared information or behavior that determines who should be included or excluded in a marketing journey. If your organization runs Dynamics 365 but manages marketing separately, here's what changes when real-time marketing, part of the Customer Insights Journeys module, is added. In this scenario, we want to find contacts related to any parent account that has an opportunity for a specific product. Applying this type of rule with an external marketing platform or a standard Dynamics query is challenging because it involves multi-table relationships. Here we're attempting to reference a contact, related accounts, and the product table. It's where marketing teams often hit a wall. When this type of query fails, IT might need to get involved, which adds delay. By contrast, real-time marketing segments have the flexibility to easily handle these type of queries. In this example, the rules work across the relevant tables to find contacts that match this definition. Once you've created your segment, it automatically refreshes, so your audience is always accurate at the point of the message being sent. You can also group segment rules, which go beyond the limits of standard Dynamics queries and marketing lists by allowing contact attributes to be combined with behavioral data. In this example, the segment will be contacts created within the last 6 months who also clicked an email link within the last 30 days. Both of these conditions must be met to be added to the segment. If needed, that could be easily narrowed to target people who clicked a URL within a specific email. Another approach could be to use segment connectors that exclude people. A first group would define positive matching rules, and then a second group provides a filter to exclude anybody who meets those additional terms. That's just some of the ways that segments help marketing teams quickly build targeted audiences without IT bottlenecks. Personalizing messages is another way to use unified data, which can go beyond basic field insertions. You can use data on a contact, parent account, or any related record to adjust images and text in your message, or use conditional rules to change sections of a message using things like demographics, industry sectors, or account value. This email template changes content by checking the Product of Interest field on the contact table to display or hide sections about specific insurance services based on a contact's preferences, which are stored in Dynamics. It's an example of using what you know about somebody to make your messages more relevant. That brings us to the second theme of how Customer Insights enables responsive marketing. Scheduled campaigns always have their place, but messages that arrive when something relevant has just happened consistently see higher engagement. That could be in response to events triggered by what's happening in a business. That could be a record created in Dynamics, a field being changed, or something specific to a relationship like an anniversary or a renewal date, or it could be a customer action such as a form being posted or a link being clicked. Customer Insights uses triggers to turn these events into real-time marketing responses that increase relevance by showing up at the right time. This includes a library of pre-built triggers, such as some of the examples here, but you can also create your own custom triggers. You can trigger journeys by events such as a form submission, like this onboarding example. After a short wait, it sends an automated email response. Then the journey splits into branches to provide more personalization based on data attributes or behavior. This example uses a journey decision attribute to look at a person's interests collected in the sign-up form to route them down one of two paths. Actions and decisions made within the journey flow back into Dynamics, enabling ever more precise in-the-moment targeting. You can also start journeys using a segment. For this example, membership of an active customer segment is the entry point. The journey then branches based on further segment rules, such as whether a contact has made a recent purchase, which routes people down the appropriate path. Segment membership can also act as an exit rule. Imagine a contact is added to a segment of people who've recently made a purchase. If that happens at any time during this journey flow, that segment inclusion could be set as an alternative exit rule to stop messaging at the right moment. The third theme is about how Customer Insights Journeys connects teams by having marketing activity sitting on the same platform as the rest of Dynamics 365. That can include using data from service teams as a trigger for journeys in response to events such as a case being resolved, an SLA breach, or a warranty expiry, and messages can cover both transactional and operational communications beyond pure marketing messages. Another approach is to align sales and marketing activity through lead scoring. A common challenge is getting both teams on the same page in defining what a good lead looks like. Lead scoring addresses this by applying jointly agreed rules-based criteria to CRM and marketing data across various tables and rows. This ideal customer profile example awards points based on someone's seniority and working in a target industry. A further value will apply if someone has clicked an email sent within an event invite journey during the last 28 days. You can adapt the criteria and values to suit whatever scoring model you need. Points can also be deducted. Here that's if someone works outside our target industry or is in a junior role. To better interpret a score, descriptive grades can be applied at certain thresholds to match your terminology and rules. Here we're grading a lead as hot when it reaches 50 points and above, and cold when it's below 30 points. Multiple scoring models can run simultaneously and be combined to create a sales qualification rule. This example uses the same ideal customer profile alongside a readiness model, with each requiring different scores. Once both of these are reached, the lead is marked as marketing qualified, which can feed into journeys and segments. There's also the option to flag leads as sales ready, which can trigger different downstream processes for sellers. The final theme is how Customer Insights Journeys can give everyone within a business visibility into marketing activities and how marketing teams can use the data it tracks to measure their contribution. Teams might not see the full picture when they're speaking to a customer because they aren't sure whether a recent email was sent or opened. One way real-time marketing increases that visibility is through record timelines, which are probably the most used feature in any Dynamics app. This allows anyone to see details of recently sent marketing communications subject to the usual role-based security permissions. Within the timeline, you can see exact copies of marketing emails that are sent to a contact, whether they opened or clicked them, and any forms that they might have posted. This visibility gives teams access to insights that inform decisions without needing to ask whether somebody received an email and how they responded. Other questions arise when teams want to know whether a customer will receive marketing messages or if they've opted in. Answers can be found in the Communications tab, which provides an at-a-glance view of a contact's opt-in status for different communications. Real-time marketing distinguishes between transactional and commercial messages, and the send status for each of these is shown here to reflect an organization's compliance and opt-in policies. In the Insights tab, you have a high-level view of a contact's interactions. You can drill into details, including which emails were opened, what forms were submitted, and what pages were viewed. It's a useful screen for seeing how somebody has engaged and what their recent actions have been across multiple channels over a particular date range. This could include marketing-triggered push notifications that are sent to a mobile app or messages delivered via custom channels such as WhatsApp. One example of how Customer Insights helps marketing teams measure their contribution is by using page view data for lead attribution. This view lists recent leads created when a form is submitted. It shows the source and pages viewed to better understand the path each lead took and the intent behind it. We already know that a lead was created after a download or callback request, but the connected data provides supporting visibility into what campaigns and content prompted these actions. These and other insights help demonstrate which marketing activities drive lead generation and ultimately how that leads to opportunities and contributes to revenue growth. This type of view gives marketing teams the evidence to have different conversations with leadership by tracing activity through to revenue rather than necessarily leading with email open and click rates. So to recap, real-time marketing in Customer Insights journeys provides a unified data foundation that enables precise audience segmentation, richer personalization, and faster campaign execution. Through responsive marketing, you can use what you know to make data a trigger for delivering relevant messages to people in real time. Customer Insights connects teams, including using data from any team as a trigger to send marketing messages and other communications. For sales and marketing, lead scoring and journeys help keep teams in sync and better focus time on prospects that meet agreed upon qualification criteria. It also enables better visibility, where any team can see marketing activity in their Dynamics 365 application, and every marketing activity sits on the contact record to better understand the intent behind every click. This visibility helps marketing teams measure performance so their contribution becomes more easily traceable. As a Microsoft partner, Services assists with all aspects of Customer Insights journeys, including initial configuration of real-time marketing, helping you launch your first campaign, and providing ongoing support and consultancy. Whether you're evaluating Customer Insights for the first time or looking to get more from an existing deployment, we're happy to talk through what it could look like for your business.